Hey friends, it's Jessi. So glad that you guys are here today. Today we're talking about the top 10 coldest weather fragrances. So these are fragrances in my collection that I am drawn to when it is freezing outside. Now, I know, I live in the South, so it's not super duper freezing like if I was to live in North Dakota or something like that. But here, honestly, right now, I'm freezing. So I wanted to shoot a video for you guys. I know I've done like cold weather fragrances that I like for the cold weather, but I feel like, especially where I live, there are days when it's cold, but it's humid and it's just sticky. And then I feel like there are days that it's cold and it's just biting cold because it's windy and it's a dry cold. And so I feel like this is more for like those dry, cold days. Now, I do wear some of these whenever it's humid, but a lot of these are a little bit loud and they get a little rowdy on your skin and they last a long time. So I just wanted to pick the fragrances that, these are fragrances that I wear very little in the summertime. There might be one on here that I would wear year round because I love it. Anyway, but top 10 coldest weather fragrances. Let's get into it. So starting off, I'm actually starting off with a men's fragrance that I adore. Cannot wear this really in the summer because it is loud and proud. This is Carlisle by Perfumes de Marly. This is gorgeous. It's boozy, it's spicy. It just makes me feel so warm. This is a fragrance I love to spray on a scarf, on a sweater, and just really envelop myself in it. I don't even know it's just a great fragrance. This is also one that I keep away from my boys and my husband because I don't want them to use all my fragrance. Even though it's a men's targeted fragrance. I love that. Are there any men's targeted fragrances that you use as a female? If so, drop them in the comment section below. Moving on. Next, I'm going to talk about, and these are really in no particular order. These are just ones that I gravitate towards whenever it's warm. Whenever it's cold. Whenever it's really, really cold. This is Ivory Root by Xerjoff. I think this is its premiere presentation on my channel. I'm going to be doing a single fragrance review on this to thoroughly discuss it. I'm also probably going to battle it out with Cambridge Club because they're both from the Join the Club collection. But anyway, Ivory Root is a beautiful fragrance. I kind of waited on this for quite some time and then finally smelled it just because I didn't want to blind buy it. I was like, I need to smell this fragrance before I drop the money on it. And so glad I picked it up. So that's Ivory Root. Again, spicy, warm feeling, but different from this. I don't feel like Ivory Root is boozy, where Carlisle has definitely got some booze in it. Moving on to one that is very, very different. This is Jessi Parfums Gourmand Bacour. So I don't ever wear this in summer. This is a beast. This is a beast, and it smells so unique. It's a gourmand. It almost smells like butterscotch, but in a delicious way. Like, so good. Like butterscotch with spices. It's a beautiful fragrance. My friend Chelsea has this one. Her bottle is orange. I kind of wish mine was too, but it's got a little parrot on it. It's so cute. Anyway, but Jessi Parfums, this is my only fragrance from that house. I love this fragrance, but I cannot wear it in the summer. I reserve it strictly for cold, cold days, and it is beautiful, and it blossoms, and it shines, and it's gorgeous. It's gourmand, it's warm. I think you're noticing trend. Like, a lot of these are going to be gourmand, warm, spicy fragrances because that's just what I am gravitating to on these cold winter days. Okay, next up is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So sometimes, like, I will wear this year round. I will forever wear Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I smelled this on a friend of mine maybe 2 weeks ago. It smelled nothing like it smells on my skin. On my skin, this is like stepping into a brand new Ferrari. Like, the leather, it's just gorgeous. On her, it went a little vanillic and floral, and I was like, she was like, what am I wearing? What am I wearing? A lot of my friends like to do that, and most of the time I can tell what they're wearing. They're wearing Coco Chanel or something like that. Anyway, but I smelled on her and I was like, I don't know, what are you wearing? And she was like, I think you know what this one is. And I smelled her again, and anyway, I was like, I don't have a clue. And she said, it's ombre leather, and I was like, wow, that smells so different on you than it smells on me. So, as always, wear your fragrance. But Tom Ford Ombre Leather, this just puts me in some kind of way. Like, it's gorgeous. It's like I said, like new Ferrari leather, gorgeous. If I could pump this through my whole house all the time, I would. I really would. But anyway, Ombre Leather is great. It is warm, but it's also cool. I don't know how to describe it really, but I feel like it wears so well when it's cold and dry and like cold. Like I just feel like, I don't know, it sparkles a little bit more, if that makes sense. If a perfume could sparkle. Anyway, so there's that. Okay, next up, Madeira. This one I blind bought last year. I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster. I don't want this video to be too long. Madeira Eau de Parfum by Ombre Perfume. I've done a full fragrance review on this. This one choked me out in the summertime. I was like, okay, I like the fragrance, but it's a little too much. This is a beautiful Gourmand fragrance. You can get on Lucky Scent, get a little like tiny, I want to say travel atomizer, but that's not it. Sample size, smell this, see if you love it as much as I do. I love this fragrance. It is shining in the cold winter. I love it. That's Madeira by Ombre Perfume. Okay, next up is one by Navitus Perfumes. I almost can't do a top 10 list and not include a Navitus Perfumes fragrance. I am waiting on their newest discovery kit. I'm like, when is it gonna get here? Because I'm so ready for the new fragrances that I haven't smelled. Like I said, I'm trying to do less blind buying. This is Arcanum. This is tobacco. I think I included this in another top 10 list like 2 or 3 months ago. I'm just loving this. It's got this smoky tobacco, but not like smoke, more like fresh tobacco leaves, not like smoke. It's gorgeous. And I really don't wear this in winter or spring. I mean, I really don't wear this in summer or spring. I really reserve it for the cold of winter. That's why I haven't used a ton of it, but it is just that good. It's so good. So Arcanum by Navitus Perfumes. So good. I'll put this in front. Okay. Next up is By the Fireplace by Replica. You guys know, ever since I picked up a full bottle of this, I've just been in love. I don't think I've done a full bottle review of this, but it's been included on some of my lists, like sultry smelling lists, sultry vanillas. It's so good. I love By the Fireplace. I love Replica as just a brand. I think that they do a really great job with their packaging. Their packaging is all the same. It looks really neat and clean. I like all these packaging. I like the packaging for all of these really. But anyway, I like their packaging. They have a new fragrance that's out. It has something to do with rose. I haven't smelled it yet. Let me know if you have in the comment section below. Do you like it? Can't do a coldest weather fragrance video without including Serge Lutens Ombre Leather. This is one of my favorites of this winter season. These two probably I have worn the most, like fall winter. Some of these others I've just really reserved for like winter. But Serge Lutens Ombre Leather is a gorgeous fragrance. I just realized that I did a declutter video a week or two ago, and I decluttered Montal's Bois Vanille, and they smell nothing alike. So if you smelled Bois Vanille from Montal and you think, oh, well, I'm not going to smell Ombre Vanille from Serge Lutens, they could not be more polar opposites. Please get your nose on Ombre Vanille. All right, 2 more. Dos más. I don't know which one to do first. Here, I'll just break this one out. Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain, a gorgeous fragrance. Yes, I wore it some in the fall, but does it perform well? I mean, it performs well with humidity or with a dry cold. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I almost feel like these 3 fragrances have been like my fragrances of fall and winter. But now that it's like the coldest, I'm really throwing in some of my heavy hitters like Madeira by Ombre Perfume and Arcanum and Ivory Root, like some that I still just wasn't ready to go full force on in the fall. Okay, and another great fragrance for the dead cold of winter, and this one is a little bit sweeter than all the ones that I've previously mentioned. This is Spirito Fiorentino by Tiziano Terenzi. This is a beautiful fragrance. If you want Baccarat Rouge 540 with spices, amped up a little bit, a little leather added in there, but still want to keep it sweet and don't want to go super masculine like Carlisle, then this is probably the fragrance for you. So Spirito Fiorentino by Tiziano Terenzi. So these are my top 10 coldest weather fragrances. So if you have a cold weather fragrance or fragrance that you reserve for when it's freezing outside, drop that in the comment section below. Also, you know, sometimes you're inside and you are wearing fragrance and you're like, well, I'm not actually going out, but I know it's freezing outside. So since I know it's freezing outside and I'm staying inside, I'm going to wear this one because it makes me feel warm and cozy. So let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to check out my Instagram at Essentially Jessi and kind of mingle with me over there. I do giveaways sometimes on YouTube and Instagram, so be sure that you are following me there. Thanks so much for watching. Smell you later.